Hey guys, just to let you know, before I go ahead and I play the review here, this is a pretty long one. Of course, it's Star Wars, so there's no doubt that it's going to be a little bit long. I just wanted to say, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I forgot to say that towards the beginning of the video. Also, I'm going to try to throw out some more movie reviews here before the end of the year. And by doing so, I should be able to do a top 10 best and worst movies list of the new year. Hopefully around 2016. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video, or should I say clicking on this video, and let's get to the review. Hey guys, SoranotRoxas here, and it looks like Christmas has come to an end, but what a wonderful Christmas this was. I got time to spend with friends and family. Also got some really neat presents. I mean, look at this. You know, it's kind of weird for me to talk about this, especially what's going on in the world with certain people. And, you know, a lot of charities go on this time of year. Look at me making a video talking about the presents I got. I feel a little selfish for that. I do apologize, but man, this is like the coolest thing ever. Look! A freaking Keyblade! Is the whole camera getting this? Look at this! The Keyblade's the Kingdom Key! The chain's a little long, but that is the Keyblade Kingdom Key. I'm gonna make another video about this thing, and I haven't put it down yet, okay? This has just been like a fantastic replica of the Kingdom Key. The color's a little off, but it's definitely fantastic, and I'm gonna make another video talking about this, showcasing this stuff. So for right now, what you guys really want to see is, that just kind of fell down. What you guys really want to see is a review on the Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and how was it? Well, let's start off by just saying, is it good or bad? It's good. It's good. All the good stuff you've been hearing about it is there, but at the same time, all the problems you've been hearing about it lately is also there too. Like, no film is perfect. I think this film has a rating of 97 on Rotten Tomatoes. That seems appropriate. That doesn't seem too high. Because it's definitely up there with like the original trilogy, man. It's really good. But also it takes a lot from A New Hope, which is episode 4 of the original trilogy. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Number 1, there is no spoilers in this review. I don't want to spoil anything. You have to go see this movie in order to get the full experience. You know, just seeing a review like mine isn't really going to actually get the full feels that you get in the theater, especially when you're in the theater with a lot of Star Wars fans who we were clapping, we were cheering when Harrison Ford came on the screen. Him and Han Solo and Chewbacca came on the screen. People was clapping. It was really happy to see them. The new characters do so well. BB-8 is so cute. It's like, you know, not really much of a replacement for R2-D2, but at the same time, it definitely worked out because he was in the majority of the film. If you're wondering, yes, R2-D2 is in the film as well. So that's two big droids going on there. So is C-3PO, he's also in this. So a lot of the like new cast sort of integrating with like the original cast, the older cast from the original trilogy is really impressive and really good. This is written so well, and it feels like J.J. Abrams has a grasp on this sci-fi. When he said that, what I heard that he said he loves sci-fi, it really shows here, and it did show in stuff like Star Trek too, but it really shows here, and it's. And it works on both levels in terms of writing and directing. Also, the special effects are really good. Looks like they took the time to actually make sets, but they also use CGI. But it blends perfectly well, more than something like, well, Jurassic World, I think, try to do with their animatronics and then using CGI. But it sounded like Jurassic World just wasn't like really confident in their animatronics, so they decided just to use all CGI except for like 1 or 2 scenes. Star Wars does not have that problem. This is a fantastic looking film. Really good. Practical effects, really good. the new lightsabers, the sounds, the the sound design, man, the sound effects. It's absolutely amazing. It's crisp. It's like watching the original movie. Like a lot of us, I'm 24. I didn't see the original Star Wars when it came out in 1977 or any of the original trilogy. I was there for the prequels, and that was kind of like, my Star Wars thing for the time. But even then, I was like still in my early teens when that came out. Or no, I was about 8 or 9 when the first one came out. The first one came out in like 1999, episode 1. So, and I think the last one I was like 12 or 13 when it came out. So it's like that was my Star Wars experience going to the movie theater, and we did the same thing. We sort of clapped and cheered. But by the time the third movie rolled around, which actually was the only one that felt like Star Wars to me, I wasn't really that excited for it. I was like, oh, these movies aren't all that good. They're mediocre, kind of. But with this, I was going in and I had really high hopes for it, and it worked for me. It really did. Seeing these old venues, or like the Millennium Falcon, was very nostalgic and stuff, for me. It's like I saw the original trilogy, of course, when they came out on VHS on the special editions in the 90s, but that's still a nostalgic feel you get from seeing that, and just like the overwhelming feeling you get from being in a room full of Star Wars fans of all ages. People even brought their parents there. I brought my mother there too. That was part of the Christmas present. So I paid for the tickets and everything. We sat down and watched it, and we had a really good time. It was really fun to watch. Also, something I'm going to mention, I don't normally mention, I think I did this like one other time. There was a few trailers. There was actually a lot of trailers here for this one. There were like 2 trailers for PlayStation games, which was very odd. But there was also like a few movie trailers, and there was only 2 that really stuck out, and that was Captain America Civil War, and I talked about that one already. Once again, really good trailer. And then Zootopia, which had the room dying laughing. I don't know if you guys seen that Sloth trailer. You've probably seen it by now. It has like over 6 million views. And that is my Darkwing Duck ringtone. I'm gonna put this on vibrate for a sec. So yeah, Zootopia, it had the room rolling. We was dying laughing at that Sloth trailer that they showed. And I don't know if people were seeing that for the first time or anything like that, but a lot of people was actually whispering after it. It was like, oh, we might have to go see Zootopia. And these are like people like all around my age, because there was a lot of college students there. Even though it was Christmas, downtown where we go to the theater was deserted. But on the inside, there was a lot of people there, and everyone was going there just to see Star Wars, basically. So when Zootopia came up, there was a lot of laughs in the theater, and so Disney, you're doing good right now. You're doing real good with your writing, and I'm really impressed with this stuff. I really like it. So going back to The Force Awakens, reason why I'm getting off track is because I'm not trying to do any spoilers here. Definitely integrating the new characters, and the new characters, both Finn and Rey, even Kylo Ren, are really good. Kylo Ren at certain times were kind of annoying, and they got this weird balance of him being annoying and funny and badass at the same time. Like, I wouldn't fuck with this guy. Like, there's this one part where, I'm not gonna say why, but he goes on, like, he has these temper tantrums where if he gets too angry, he just literally just take out his lightsaber and just like smash everything in the room. Please let this be a running gag in the other movies, because this was hilarious every time. So he's like destroying this room, right? It's like, ah! He's hitting stuff, and then the camera pans out to the outside of the hallway, and you can still hear him like smashing stuff and things falling out of the room. These two stormtroopers are coming down the hall. They're just like, they're talking, right? And so they see like they hear his voice. They see him just, like smashing stuff. So they're just like, They immediately turn back around and just like walk back where they came from, just like whistling. And it was it was just like whistling while they work. It was too funny, man. It had the theater rolling. We was dying. There was a lot of funny moments like that, and it felt like a Marvel movie almost in terms of like its writing. I don't know how the script is, but it was a really good one. Even though they took a lot from A New Hope, there was a lot of funny stuff in there. There was even like a scene right at the beginning when Kylo Ren is interrogating this this new fighter pilot for the Resistance. We're gonna get to that in a second. No longer Rebels, the Resistance. I think his name was Hoth. He was trying to fire on Kylo Ren. He was trying to kill him, but Kylo Ren basically used the Force to stop his laser, which was really incredible, and keep it there without like needing too much concentration, which shows how powerful in the Force he is. And so he's about to interrogate him, right? But you know how they do that dramatic pause thing? So they're doing the dramatic pause and the characters are just like looking at each other. And the guy goes, he's like, okay, so do you talk first? Do I talk first? How does this work? And it's moments like that, which was really funny. And and it just came out of nowhere, but it worked. It'd be like this serious moment, and then it'd be like, okay, so what do we do next? It's just, oh man. And like Han Solo, of course, you know, Harrison Ford always like got in some really good funny one-liners, and he does here. And even Carrie Fisher is also in here as Leia and stuff like that. And what they do with the characters after all these years, they still, it's been like 40 years it seems, but it felt like they're still here, they're still in this universe. These are good actors, and oddly enough, I think everyone else is British. I know this is a little weird, especially a movie that has a lot of diversity. That's another thing. It's a lot of diversity in this, and I've seen people talking about this, which is really good. We have African American, white, Spanish. I think there was some Spanish people, Middle Eastern, Asians, and then of course you have all the alien races. Really nice stuff to see, like a lot of this diversity that we didn't get until like the prequels came around. There was some in the older films, but not as much as you see here. There's like an overwhelming amount of the universe feels huge, and they do a good job of making it feel huge in this. So yeah, these actors, they get back into their roles so easily, and it seems like they never left. This does seem like an older Han Solo. This does seem like an older Princess Leia. You know, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's talk about what I didn't like, or I was confused about, or what I didn't understand. There was definitely some questions here that might be left for the later movies. There was one question I think that has been answered, or it was more like speculation. It was the fact that they had Luke's lightsaber, and Luke's lightsaber was actually attracted to Rey, which is the female main character in the movie. Her name's Rey. And I guess the Force is strong with her to the point where the lightsaber was attracted to her. She touched it and she got these visions and stuff like that. Okay, I think I'm giving too much away just by saying that. But it's a dream sequence and happens towards the middle to last end of the movie. I'm not going to say what was contained in the dream sequence because it's pretty interesting from there. Okay, so somebody came in while I was recording. Yeah, so I'm not going to say what was in the dream sequence itself, but it was very fascinating, and this gives more speculation on the character, on who she really is, and who, you know what, not going to say any more about that. Okay, so there was a couple of things for me that didn't make sense. One, this new order, which are the remnants of the Empire, after Darth Vader and Darth Sidious has been killed off from the original trilogy. If you didn't know that, that's sad. So that's not much of a spoiler. Why are you going to see this movie? You didn't even see the last ones. Anyway, so the New Order, they build another Death Star, but it's like a Death planet. It's like a Death Star, but it's 5 times as big. Because what they did was they hollowed out a planet and then they terra freeze it. I think that's what it's called, and they turned it into a large cannon weapon. Makes no sense. Princess Leia is no longer Princess Leia. She's General Leia. She works for the Resistance. What happened to the rebels? I don't know, because apparently the Republic came back. There's a new Republic now, which is just kind of glanced over. I would say this is one thing that the original films did. They got an establishment of government going, and we don't know really what the government is in this. It's just the Resistance and this new order, which are the remnants of the Empire. And it will make sense even after Darth Vader and Palpatine is gone, that they would still have some sort of force in the Empire. Well, not force, I was using force, but you know what I mean. They would still have some sort of power within the Empire. There will still be generals and things like that, because the Empire expanded over so many parts of the galaxy, and they won't be destroyed just by that one thing. So the remnants of the Empire was brought up by somebody else. I'm not going to say who is. There's another person who's taking over the Emperor's place, and he's not as interesting as Palpatine was. Nowhere near as interesting as Darth Sidious is. Like I said, Kylo Ren is pretty cool, but Kylo Ren is sort of like Darth Vader's role in here, and he's taking orders from somebody else of higher authority and higher in the I guess the Sith, mind you. But this guy, they made him like fully CG, and he just looks weird. Out of all the special effects in here, which looks amazing, this guy looks like something out of Prometheus, or might be worse than that. And I just don't get it. I just don't get that. But yeah, anyway, so they hollow out this planet, they make a giant cannon, and you mean to tell me Princess Leia, or General Leia now, who was so detailed and so articulate in like the older movies, or even in this movie, like she's still trying, like everyone's trying to find Luke Skywalker, who has disappeared after all these years, due to something, and I'm not going to say what it is here, who is very detailed and looks at these things. You mean to tell me that they went in, they made this like gigantic planet Death Star thing, and nobody knew it was happening? Like, really? The Resistance didn't know that they was turning a planet into a giant freaking cannon, but somehow they knew where the New Order would strike next. What? Like, how does that work? That was just freaking plot convenience. There's also some other things, like you guys must have probably seen this in the trailer. Kylo Ren has Darth Vader's helmet. I have no idea how that happened. That doesn't really make any sense. How they got Luke's lightsaber, that doesn't really make any sense either, and it's not explained. They've mentioned the old Republic, or well, the new Republic now. It looks like there's a new Republic that has been established after the fall of the Empire. Well, the bigger fall of the Empire. And the New Order is just going around, just blowing up planets and shit. It's very devastating and it's very sad. But nothing from the Republic, you know. I guess the Democratic Republic doesn't give a shit anymore. They're just like, okay, you know, we'll back the Resistance, but yeah, if the New Order is blowing up planets, there's nothing we can do. Like, what? Where's the diplomatic debate on that? Like, come on. That was something that was in the prequels, and possibly the only thing that was missing from this movie. Maybe it'll be in the later ones. But I guess they decided not to go with it too much due to the fact that that the prequels weren't that very good with the whole diplomatic debates. It was hard to follow for certain people, so they kept it really simple this time around. Like I said, just like they did Episode 4, and it works out here. But that's just a that's just my feel on it. There was a few things that didn't make any sense or just wasn't explained. I don't know if they're going to keep it for the other movies, or whether they're just not going to explain it at all. They're just going to glance over it. It's just like a sort of brush-off mention of the Republic, or a brush-off mention on how they acquired this planet. in order to make a canon out of it, and it doesn't make sense. I don't get that. But there are some things that they do explain, like how Han lost the Millennium Falcon. You know, it's explained really quickly, but at least it's fucking explained. But overall, the other stuff in the movie, really good. Like I said, the acting is done very well. You know, mostly all the actors are British, so of course it's done well. British actors are the #1 right now. So you have that. You have some great writings, a lot of funny laughs, very good special effects. Very good fight scenes. The X-Wings going up against the TIE Fighters. I thought that was a very good scene. A lot of there was a couple people that said that the scene felt a little bit weird to them. It felt like just like CGI all over the place. I don't agree on that. I thought it was shot really well. It actually felt like he was flying. Especially there's a part where the Millennium Falcon is trying to escape the 2 TIE Fighters. Really amazing scene. You know that how to Train Your Dragon, also got these scenes right in like the first and second one, where you get that feel of you're flying, and that is an amazing feeling. There was even people in the theater. I was looking around, and there was like some people that I was like turning their heads like this, and I was kind of doing the same thing. And so seeing other people do that too, I was like, oh, people was really getting into this movie, and it was pretty funny. Some people snuck in some alcohol, and but they was very quiet. There was like no rambunctiousness going on. Everyone was invested into the movie, and for the majority, it seems like everyone came out pretty satisfied with it, and I did too. So I can't say anymore without going into spoiler territory, and I won't. Just that this was an amazing experience. Disney. I'm glad you guys took over for the Lucasfilms, and this was really good. I can't wait to go see the other ones. And we actually came home and started watching the original trilogy. We just wanted more Star Wars, and hopefully some of these questions get answered in the next one, like who is Rey's real family, what's going to happen to Finn. There's something that happens, not going to say what, with certain characters, but some devastating, some just kind of you know, just like what's gonna happen to this guy, or oh, this person's gone, but oh, he resurfaced towards the end. Okay, even saying that is too much. Alright, so guys, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one, and that's it. May the Force be with you. Peace.